Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back. Well, I'll tell you, this is pretty crazy. From the Daily Wire, report DNC Biden allies pushing the cell phone carriers to crack down on vaccine misinformation thread spread through, wait for it, private messages. OMG. Now, I went on a swearing rant about the LBGT people with the strap-on dildo for the kids in England, so I'm going to try to keep my language down to a minimum because I had to make that one 18 and over. But this is effed up. And I'm going to start right off and say, and if some people click off this video, that's certainly your prerogative. People that voted for Joe Biden, this is what you voted for. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. Trump's an ass, and he paints his face orange, and he tweets too much, and he's just a jerk, and he's a racist, and he's a homophobe, and he's a transphobe, and he doesn't like immigrants, and even though his wife's won, and blah 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 blah. Tough crap. You let your emotions pick who you voted for to lead the biggest military, I should say the most powerful military in the world. You're an idiot. This is what you voted for. Well, let's read on. The Democratic National Committee and other allies of President Joe Biden are reportedly pushing social media companies and cell phone carriers to censor vaccination disinformation spread on their platforms. Remember we used to make the old comparison? Twitter, Facebook, even here on YouTube, should be treated like carriers, like phone companies. You can't go in and change somebody's text. You can't change or cut off somebody making a phone call. Well, guess what? Here we are. The effort reported Monday in Politico comes as the Biden administration struggles to boost vaccination rates after failing to meet its July 4th goal, as Politico reports. Biden allies, including the Democratic National Committee, are also planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively and work with cell phone carriers to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages. The goal is to ensure that people who may have difficulty getting a vaccine because of issues like transportation see those barriers lessened or removed entirely. Oh, they're doing all that. They're spying on Americans and changing what they want to communicate to somebody else with because they're looking out for people. Isn't that wonderful? Bullshit. The White House said Tuesday that it intended to adopt a door-to-door vaccine awareness strategy, announcement that raised alarm among many that the federal government was tapping into private medical records and sending federal agents to homes of the unvaccinated. The White House has since clarified its operation, saying that it targets communities where vaccines rates are low and uses local trusted messengers, not federal agents. What the hell is a local trusted messenger? Your priest? Seriously. Your council member? I used to be a councilman. If the state of New York asked me to go door to door, and I had a fairly low-income area that I represented, to have people take the vaccine, I would have told them to stick it in their ass. Psaki has denied having access to private health records. So they're going to go door to door without knowing a person's health history, like they went out in front of 7-Elevens and liquor stores and stuff and just swabbed people down and gave them a shot, not knowing their entire history at all. Jesus. Because the problem is the federal government gave these pharmaceutical companies a waiver on liability. You can't just indiscriminately just start giving people shots without doctor's approval or at least knowledge of. Critics have hammered the White House over the plan. Psaki has accused critics of spreading inaccurate disinformation about the White House's strategy and appears to push companies to take action against such messaging. We don't like what you're saying, so we're going to stop you from saying it. Jesus, isn't that what they're protesting in Cuba about? In a Friday press conference, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki called the dissemination of disinformation a disservice to the country. Isn't that clever? The triple Ds. The failure to provide accurate public health information, including the efficiency of vaccines and accessibility of them to people across the country, is literally killing people, she said. So they're just taking away all your rights because they love you and they're looking out for your welfare. Big Brother is there to help you. Don't worry. I'll say it again. Thanks, Biden voters. This is what you voted for. Oh, I didn't vote for Joe Biden. I voted against Donald Trump. Idiot. Political reports cited several instances in which mass messaging services and media platforms were used to amplify messages from GOP politicians or pundits. One conservative group focusing on college university campuses had reportedly sent SMS services to push out petitions for its supporters to sign. And in one message, Political noted the group used SMS to ask followers to sign a petition blasting his administration door-to-door vaccine program. Biden is engaging goons door-to-door to make you take a COVID vaccine. Sign the petition, no medical raids in America. They didn't say people not to take it. It's just not a good idea to take it unless you have some health issues. Or they don't even know your history. The guy's going to knock on your door you don't even know and say, here, take this shot? Really? Missouri Governor Mike Parson also slammed Biden's vaccine campaign strategy in a tweet last week. I have directed our health department to let the federal government know that sending government employees or agents door-to-door to compel vaccination will not be effective or a welcome strategy in Missouri. We will continue to offer convenient vaccine options to all Missourians for those who want a COVID-19 vaccine. Teresa and I have both received the vaccine, and we encourage anyone 12 years of age and up to get vaccinated and protect themselves and those around them, he continued. How can you argue with that statement? White House COVID response director, always got a czar or a task force or a director. Jeff Zients, I believe it's pronounced, responded to Parsons' criticism during a press conference, saying organizations that are feeding misinformation and trying to mischaracterize this type of trusted messenger work, I believe, are doing a disservice to the country and to the doctors, the faith leaders, community leaders, and others who are working hard to get people vaccinated, save lives, and help end this pandemic. Dun, dun, dun. So full of shit. I'm not saying don't take the vaccine. I'm not saying to take it. I'm saying neither. It's none of my business. It's between you and your doctor or you and your spouse or you and your boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other or whatever you want to call it. I'm not even going to say if I've taken one or not because I don't want to influence other people because I don't want them to necessarily do what I do. Now, my channel isn't that big, so I'm not going to influence that many people, even if I said, but it's first of all, it's nobody's business, and second of all, it's just not cool to do that. These people are highly educated. I know Psaki is. Highly educated. I used to say this all the time when I was a councilman in the early 2000s here in upstate New York. I used to say it at meetings constantly. Don't confuse intelligence with formal education. I know some people in my old neighborhood by my store I had for over 23 years. It was kind of a low-income area. They had 10 times the intelligence this woman has. 10 times. And I'm being kind. But she just has a lot more formal education. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So Big Brother's coming, or he's already here, I should say. And again, I'm going to say it. I don't care who gets pissed about it. When you voted for Joe Biden, this is what you voted for. Until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.